Here are 5 film shifts that will dominate 2026. The first one is AI, and obviously that's already been happening this year. It's been, I would say, the biggest thing that's happened in 2025 with ChatGPT, Midjourney, Google VO. There's been so much, and you almost can't ignore it, or even if you tried, because it's everywhere. It's all over social media. It's on LinkedIn. But I think it's overstated. I think right now this is a bit of a dot.com bubble. It's a little bit shiny object syndrome, and I think there are a lot of people catastrophizing it, like, oh, it's the end of film, and it's the end of actors, and blah, 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 all very, like, end of the world type of stuff. And I just don't think that's going to happen. There's already things happening now, like Lionsgate's thing with Midjourney is not really working, where they're going to make a full film with them through AI. It's not really working. Then now there's this AI actress. That's not going to work. It's just not. It's already hard enough to get people to watch films, and they're not going to tune in for an AI actress. Especially, that's not going to do anything with celebrity culture either, which is a big part of film still. So I don't think it's going to have that big of an impact as you think on actors, or what people seem to think. I don't think it's going to make a difference there. I think that's going to start disappearing, because I think right now they're just obsessed with this technology. What I think it will have a huge effect on is post-production. It's going to have a huge effect on post-production. It already has. But, there will be jobs lost there. Not only that, but it's going to bring the cost of post-production down. So it's very negative for the people working in post-production. The only people in some ways that it can be positive for, if we're being optimistic, is indie filmmakers. I do think with AI's help, there is going to be a path for indie filmmakers to make films at a very small budget that look like studio films. I think that's going to be more and more possible. So the barrier of entry is going to be lower. But that still means that if the barrier of entry is lower, there's going to be more films. But that still means that taste and story are going to dominate and be king. And we're already seeing that now, because people are sick of all these remakes, sick of sequel number 10. They want original stories, and those can still do well. And 2025 proved that. So that will still be the most important. So to summarize, I don't think it's going to have this catastrophe, for actors as people think, but it will for post-production. It will lower the barrier of entry with all the ramifications of that. But I think you look for indie film, I think there is reason to be optimistic. And that's why I'm overall optimistic for indie filmmakers in 2026.